So this is actually pretty hilarious. So there's this random dude. I don't know who this guy is. His name apparently is Ryan Knight. Okay. His Twitter handle is Proud Resistor. Now, anybody who has the name Resistor or Resistance, immediately it means that they're an anti-Trumper who's not like a Bernie guy. So it's like it's an anti-Trumper on the dumb reasons, right? They're not anti-Trump because of healthcare policy or anything like that. They're anti-Trump because he uses curse words in Russia and all that stupid stuff. And so they're not serious people. They're always anti-berners. And so this guy was a Warren guy. So here's what it says. It says, I cried over this. I agonized over this. I am still pro-Warren and pro-Bernie, but in the end I had to trust my gut, follow my heart, and do what's best for the progressive movement and the working people of this country. Hashtag Bernie beats Trump. Hashtag not me, us. And so I guess he's now gone from being a Warren supporter to being a Bernie supporter. And so this guy has the typical, resistance. He follows a ton of people and then has a bunch of followers. And so his comment sections are going to be people who are the resistance folks. And people just went really pissed. Now, whoever this account is, I don't know if it's a bot or what it is, but they respond to every Warren tweet for some reason. It says, once again, not letting people of color have a say before jumping ship is a bad move. Elizabeth Warren's campaign doesn't have any people of color. It's white as a snowball, as you guys are very aware. Here's one. It says, can't work this way, Ryan. The fight we all are in with her has just begun. She's facing unprecedented attack from every power structure imaginable. If we bail on her at the first sign of trouble, she never had a chance to begin with. The fight begins now. Now is when she needs us. So very delusional folks, of course, super delusional folks here. Elizabeth Warren's campaign is completely dead. She's actually begging for the money right now because there's no real money coming into the Elizabeth Warren campaign right now. They don't really have much. And so it's just, if you can't raise money, you're fucked. You know what I mean? You can't do anything without money in politics. And so that's why. So anti-democracy, Marxist socialism is dangerous. Socialism slips into communism. How about picking a Democrat? Men like you who give up on women before the fight has barely begun are the reason why we haven't had a woman in office yet. Hashtag nevertheless she persisted. Hashtag Warren 2020. Hashtag Warren for president. And this ad has 232s. These people are really the lowest of the low in society. It's just the dumbest of the dumb. To the point where you're almost as dumb as Trump supporters, honestly, dude. It's really, really embarrassing. Why are you throwing in the towel? Why are you throwing the towel in after 2 states? This contest hasn't even started yet. You can't be this flip-floppy already. So as I explained to you folks, Elizabeth Warren has no chance. Her chances are done. She doesn't have the funds for any of this, and so she can't make it through Super Tuesday. She's literally strapped for funds, and there's no polling data that indicates she's going to do well. In fact, she's polling behind Bloomberg now. So she's in 4th in most states. There are no states that are going to put her over. And so she already failed in Iowa and New Hampshire, and so it's just basically a big old clusterfuck at this point. There were a couple of... Now I'm following burners, obviously, so it's going to show some burners who are oh, shout out to you, thank you, buddy. This one says, this is cowardly and you know it. Why is it so hard for men to stand with women? She's electable. People commit to electing her. More than 90% of the votes are still on the table. I'm really disappointed. So again, more of the gender pandering garbage. Delete your account. You are white fragility personified right now. Full stop. End of story. And on top of it, you've shown yourself to be only concerned with your own profile and not real policy. Sanders is endorsed by a homophobe. His supporters call Warren... Okay, I've not seen anyone call Warren that. She's a snake, but I definitely would not use the C word. That's very abrasive. But I don't know what homophobe he's talking about. He's talking about Joe Rogan, maybe? But Joe Rogan's not a homophobe. He's literally the opposite. So they're just making shit up. And then, what do you mean not real policy? What does that even mean? Bernie's better policies. And then he's the one with the actual shot to win. Warren has no chance to win. Bernie bros are pretty mean if you haven't encountered them. Sorry you left the Warren division, who would not have allowed her crowd to boo Pete or Hillary. Oof, very cringe. You did what I expect all white men to do in this election. Bro, Elizabeth Warren's a white woman, dude. She's not WOC, dog. This is hilarious to me. Your gut is sexist and you're okay with the toxicity of Bernie's campaign. I highly doubt you even got in the trenches with the real supporters canvassing and calling. This is hilarious, dude. They're acting as if this is some historic campaign, like this is Obama 2008. Get out of here, dude. This is embarrassing. And this is just filled with it, dude. No, no, Ryan, you are a fraud now. How dare you, a progressive, support the strongest progressive oh, sorry, that I got played. That dude played me. That's actually a pro-Bernie one. Sorry, dude, you lost me. Bernie is the wrong way to go. Lots of skeletons in his closet for Trump to make voting gold out of. Unless you want Trump to win. For fuck's sake, even Trump and Putin want him to win. But Bernie doesn't. Why do you think GOP's planning on voting for Bernie in South Carolina primaries? Again, the same reason why Hillary Clinton encouraged Donald Trump to win, to run. You were my North Star with her. Didn't even wait to hear what a diverse electorate had to say. What diverse electorate? Elizabeth Warren's entire voter base is white as a snowball, dude. She has no diverse electorate. That's the reason why she's failing so hard, dude. It seems obvious Trump wants Bernie. Bernie is like this whole thing. This just entire thing is just super cringy. Nope, not good enough. You bailed out after only 2 states. You should be ashamed. We've barely begun. I mean, I can't wait to come back to these comments. Like, remind me to come back to these when Elizabeth Warren inevitably drops out. But there's just so many, dude. I mean, this whole thing is just filled with it. OMG, how could you toss Elizabeth Warren after 1 caucus and 1 primary? For Bernie? Disgusted with you. And so there's just a ton of these, man. All this sucks. And so he actually sacrificed a lot. I think he had a lot more, like, if you're like one of the resistance accounts and then you start like tweeting pro Bernie stuff, not only is your engagement going to drop like crazy, you're also going to lose followers. And so he definitely had a lot to lose here. So I give this guy Ryan Knight props for being pro Bernie because it's tough to do in that sphere. And there really is a lot to sacrifice. You'll lose a bunch of followers. You'll lose a ton of engagement. Essentially nuke your own Twitter account. So shout out to whoever this guy is, Ryan Knight. He's got a lot of followers on Twitter. Don't know if they're real people or bots. But hey, man, props to this dude because it is not easy doing what he did.